Imagine that you see somebody at a bar or, I don't know, some like health food store, some kombucha shop, and you want to go over and talk to them. It could be a guy, a girl, whatever. And imagine that as you're walking up to them, somebody just walks right in front of you and ends up talking to them first. They completely cock block you. Now, imagine that what happens in everyday life is that we are vibrationally cock blocking ourselves from love due to a couple different reasons. And until we remove these vibrational distortions from our energy, or until we heal the past, we will continue to cock block ourselves from attracting love. And in this video, I'm gonna show you the 3 vibrational cock blocks that may be stopping you from attracting love, and I'm gonna show you how to remove them so that everything goes smoothly, flows nicely, and you attract the love of your life. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now, on this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you the vibrational cock blocks. And there's 3 of them. And the third one, we're gonna count back from 3 to 1. The third one is going to be something that has blocked so many people, and it's one that's a little bit more insidious because you might not be aware of it, but it is that of childhood trauma. So the third one, childhood trauma. This is one of the biggest cock blocks that I've noticed, even in my own life. Because it's insidious, you know, I've recently realized that I have somewhat of a fear of intimacy. A fear of intimacy around women. I think because of my childhood growing up, many of you that know my story know that from 7 to 15 years old, I had the abusive ex-stepmom in my life who was emotionally, mentally, and physically abusive. And from that experience, I wired in a belief that I'm not worthy. And in a way, I felt like I had to keep love at bay because to me, the way that I was expressed some form of validation or some form of acceptance was that through like manipulation. And I remember seeing my dad, who was very controlled by my ex-stepmom, and I remember thinking to myself, I don't want that. And I remember feeling controlled growing up. And after I got out of that when I was 15 years old, the funny thing was that I kept attracting the love that I did attract was the same energy dynamics of what I experienced growing up, which means I had a girlfriend that was very jealous, that was very controlling. Even after I broke up with her, I had a manager at Nordstrom's that in women's shoes, and she was a manager that was very controlling, manipulative, almost a clone of my ex-stepmom, or just in a different body. And that pattern was always in my life until I healed that pattern. And the reason being is because the childhood trauma, what we experience when we're kids, we get used to certain energy that then feels safe. So for example, one common one I noticed is that maybe you had a parent that cheated on another parent. Maybe you have a masculine wound. And maybe from that masculine wound from your dad cheated on your mom, maybe what happened is you then decided, I can't trust the masculine. And then what you did is you had to activate your own so that you could be successful and you could never have to rely on somebody. But now the reason it's hard for you to attract love is because you've got an energetic wall up and you feel that depolarization within your own relationships because you can't trust the masculine. So then, therefore, you have to activate your own. You see, childhood trauma will cock block you from attracting love and from allowing new love in. For me, it's like I don't, or I have this vibrational cock block of not trusting the feminine. Almost not letting the feminine in, because if I did, maybe it would try to control me and I'd lose my freedom. So the childhood trauma that we experience, and more specifically the relationship we have with our parents, is the way that we view love. And until we become aware of how that energy dynamic is, we will continue to allow it to play out in our life in many different ways. So one of the things you can do is start to become aware of what were the dynamics growing up between your mom and your dad. How did they model love for you? How did they treat you? What are your beliefs about yourself? And as you become aware of these things, you can then see that you might be cock blocking yourself because of what feels familiar. What may feel familiar is maybe you feel alone. What may feel familiar is someone's trying to control you. You see, these things might feel familiar. It doesn't mean they're good or bad. It's just they feel safe. And until we become aware of it, it runs our life. So for me, what I've had to do is I've had to start to trust my own feminine. I had to, in a way, start trusting women more, open myself up, take the leap. And as I do, it's like there's a whole new world that unravels itself because I'm then trusting more and I'm opening myself up more. But I was priorly blocking myself off out of safety, not wanting to replay out the same energy dynamics from when I was a kid. Another thing I really had to do is I had to forgive. I had to forgive my ex-stepmom. I had to forgive my own mom. My mom is great. However, the childhood trauma can be kind of insidious. I keep saying that word, insidious. But you're not aware that it's there, and in the same way, I didn't know that I had a wound from feeling like a mom wound from when I was a kid and my mom's dad passed away. And when my brother was born, I felt neglected in a way because my brother had all these health issues when I was like 3 years old. And I felt like maybe I'm not worthy. And what I did is then it's like, maybe if I create a big YouTube audience and I get all this attention, maybe then I'm validated and feel worthy. So childhood trauma can sometimes fuel us to be successful, which it did for me. But in a way, it's like it's time I transcend that and know that I'm worthy for just being me. And you'll start to see these different patterns play out in your life in many different ways. So forgiving the mom, forgiving the dad. If your dad cheated on your mom, forgiving them. If your dad did something horrible for you, forgiving him. They're always doing the best they can with where they are. And as you heal those relationships with your parents and you forgive, I think you then allow the cock block to be removed. Now, the second thing that is cock blocking you from attracting love is your generalized beliefs about you and love. So, do you think that you're worthy? What do you believe about yourself? Many times, we have these stories. These stories run our lives. The stories we have are the beliefs we have about the way reality works. And our beliefs create our reality. So if we have a belief that says that all women are XYZ, then we will find ourselves getting a reflection in life of that belief. If we find ourselves saying, I'm not worthy, no one's going to love me, I always attract this type of person, that story, that autopilot story, which may feel familiar, it may have been the autopilot, but that is what's keeping us cock-blocked from attracting love or meaningful love. You probably have no problem attracting some type of love. It might not just be the love that you want. Well, it's because there's a story there, a belief there that's keeping that pattern alive. And once again, you become aware of that pattern. I became aware that I had a pattern that said I'm unworthy. And one of the ways, like I said, my YouTube channel was like a reflection of me trying to get that attention that I felt like went away when I was 2 or 3 years old. And I was playing out that energy dynamic of wanting more attention to feel validated. But then as I became aware of it, I then became aware of my story. Do I identify and believe that I am worthy only if I'm adding value in YouTube videos or helping people or putting my energy out there? Or can I have value for just being me? And I want to let you know, you are worthy, not because of anything you do. You're worthy for just being you. You are worthy just for existing. You don't need, worthiness just is. It's not like worthiness is dependent on XYZ. And once you start going inside of your own body more, I'd say that it's also a key to magnetic energy, by the way. Going into your own body and feeling present to the moment. When you're in your own body, you are magnetic. When you are projecting yourself and trying to please other people and caring what other people think, your energy is all scattered. That's why it's more important what you think about you than other people think about you, because people feel what you feel about you. What you feel is being emanated out. People are feeling that and reflecting it back. And if you start to feel love for yourself, it won't even matter if people don't give you the love, because you'll feel that love. But the key is questioning the negative beliefs that have been there on autopilot. So that is the second one. Now, the first and one of the most important, one of the most common limiting things that people think about themselves that keep them from attracting love, that is the biggest vibrational cock block, you want to know what it is? It's simply being worthy. What I was talking about a minute ago with the story, this goes a little bit deeper. If you don't think you're worthy to receive love, then it'll be very challenging for you to receive it. I've had to learn that if I want somebody, because I've always wanted to, I guess, from not having that much nurturing growing up, because I had 7 to 16 years old, I had the, abusive stepmom thing. I never really knew what it felt like to receive love. And to also receive somebody that really likes me for being me without some manipulative tactic. And because I didn't know what that felt like, it felt unknown, it was challenging for me to really receive that and for me to really accept that, because it felt like such an unfamiliar thing. This is why when some women start dating men that actually treat them well, they push it away and it sounds too good to be true. And then they go back to somebody that talks down to them or is some type of narcissist or something like that. Yes, it's going to feel unfamiliar when you start to love yourself and you start to feel that self-worthiness, but then you'll kind of know more so what it feels like for someone else to love you as well. You won't think it's too good to be true. So this is about understanding that more so. The last one is about beliefs. This is more about identity. This is more about knowing that you are love. You literally are love, and you are worthy. And when you start to realize that more within yourself by tapping into that vibration, you'll start to experience it on the outside. Now, the most important thing is to change your inner vibration and to feel it. I think that's why one of the most powerful meditations that I have on my YouTube channel, it's the most popular video I have. It's got almost 4 million views, and it's that of a meditation for feeling love and attracting a relationship. And what you do is you go into this meditation, you feel the inner love inside of yourself, you really tap into it, and there's hundreds, if not thousands of comments from people that said they've attracted love from listening to this meditation for 21 days. If you don't believe me, click the link below, check it out, read the comments. It'll increase the belief that, oh, maybe this can work for me too. And then listen to that meditation for 21 days and watch what happens. And the comments in it are insane. I'm like, wow, it's so cool to see how many people have attracted love due to that meditation, listen for 21 days. And all you're doing is you're feeling the love inside of yourself. You're growing that energy. And as you feel that love, other people will feel that energy off of you. So if you are committed, or, I say committed and maybe you're afraid of commitment, it's like bringing stuff up for you. But if you commit to your own inner love, you'll start to see your outer reality begin to change. As a way of wiring that in, like this video, comment below, let me know which one of these resonated the most with you, and say, I'm committed to that 21-day meditation. In 21 days, let's see what happens. We'll all go through it together. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, peace, much love, and namaste.